LadyWreck here. I am just making this video on behalf of the Underbase and Moonbase 2 to let you guys know about Wreckers Awareness Week, which is this week. The biggest thing that coming out obviously is Wreckers trade paperback, last out of the Wreckers trade paperback. It'll be out September 1st, and we're just doing lots of things around several different places around the forum, just trying to push it and get everybody excited about Wreckers. Open up your issues, read it again, go out and get on next Wednesday, September 1st, go out to your local comic shop and buy it. We're also going to be doing a podcast next Tuesday. It'll be up by Wednesday. You'll have to go to moonbase2.org to look at the podcast, and we will be doing an interview competition, and we'll have some prizes, and I'm not going to announce what those prizes are. You will have to listen to the podcast, and yeah, I think that, yeah, that's everything I wanted to cover. Yeah. But then I also wanted to say real quick the reason why I love Wreckers. Because we've got a real good treat for you guys. You guys will really enjoy the podcast. At least I hope you do. So you'll have to listen. Let us know what you think on the forums or YouTube, whatever. But just shout out. Oh yeah, we have a Facebook page. I believe it's facebook.com/underbase. So check us out. And yeah, so why I think Wreckers is great. Well, here's the deal. I went through it. I've read it a lot, but I just kind of went through and picked out really important things that I really liked. The characterization is really, really great. They're really great about giving everybody a past and a flaw. Like, each of the characters are flawed in one way or another. And more so than you'll even know, because there's some stuff I can't even say. There's some, yeah, definitely get the trade paperback, because there's some good stuff in there that you will really enjoy. I've had the privilege to have had a few little somethings to look at. So yeah, there's some good stuff there. You'll really enjoy it. At least I hope everybody does, because I certainly did. It was just like, icing on the cake, yay! Anyhow, they're great at the world building. I took notes because, yeah, I wanted to bring up the things that really impressed me about Wreckers. The Brotherhood. One of the biggest images, or the best imagery in Wreckers that I really, really liked, was in issue 5, when we find the truth about what really happened at Pova. How Impactor went over the edge, and Springer, who had been shot through the chest by his commanding officer, crawls to try and stop him from doing the thing that was over the edge. And I thought, wow, yeah, here's Springer, who, more than anything else, he should be the one person that's really offended at the fact that, hey, you shot me through the, you shot me. And he's crawling to try and stop Impactor. Not only that, is that when he gets to the door that was shut so that he couldn't get through it, he pounds it down with his own fist just to stop Impactor. And it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, just the care that goes into that, and the respect, because like he, all not only that is that, it's what he stood for, but knowing that Impactor was going to that he was going to do what he was going to do. He was the only one there that realized, and he was the only one there to stand in his way, and he didn't get there in time, obviously, but, it was just kind of like the emotional integrity that he showed and displayed, and it was illustrated in the comic, was just, it was awesome. So I have to say, I really, 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 that's the one image that will really probably stand out for me through the whole thing. And of course the expressions on the artwork was just so good. You don't have to have like really, really, really detailed looking pictures to get to convey the expression of what each of the characters has, and they really did a very good job. Nick did excellent on that, making all of the characters very expressive. Each of the features, like each page, each panel, with the wreckers and the robots in them, they all have really great expression, and you can read, and sometimes you can just have it. They're just looking, and it seems like there's no expression at all, but yet there is. So it's like, the subtleties is just, yeah. So much love, and it shows, and of course everybody loves it because of that. I loved the twisting of the Autobot and the Decepticon roles. The fact that we get this sense that not all Autobots are good and not all Decepticons are bad, you know. They've got some of these switching between the lines, you know, and Pactor going as far as he goes, and then of course Snare saying, no, you know, I didn't sign up for this, so I'm going to help these guys out. You know, it just, that was really great. It's good story making. The continuity was great, and of course the dialogue, the natural conversation between all of the wreckers, between Iron Fist and Guzzle and Pyro and Rotorstorm and all of them, how they interact with each other. It didn't seem forced. They just kind of were hanging out like a bunch of guys that had done this every week. They were just real guys hanging out, and that was the dialogue didn't seem forced at all. It was very honest and realistic. And you know, if you're going to write something, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that Nick and James, as they were creating and crafting this story, that they put not only, you know, what they knew art-wise and drawing-wise and writing-wise, they put themselves, I think in a lot of ways, in different forms into each one of the characters, and which is really smart, because you write what you know, but at the same time you write what you understand, but you do it with emotional integrity. And I really believe that they did that. They pulled it off, and this is the reason why it's so good, is because they humanized the characters. And yeah, there are a bunch of robots, but who's the audience? Yeah, a bunch of humans are reading this, and so we have to be able to really get them. And so they made them real. Like Iron Fist, who is, spoilers, gonna die. You know, he's got this thing that's, you know, his bullet hole wound in his head, and that's the reason why he's there. He's a fanboy, and you know, the characters are relatable. You can relate to that. Everybody that's in this fandom is a fanboy in one way or another. And then on top of that, just they made him mortal. He realized, he's kind of coming to terms, and of course now that I read it afterwards, after I've read it, I know all of the details. I read it again and I'm like, all of the dialogue is so loaded. Everything that Iron Fist said was like, you know, don't talk to me about death, you know, when one of the guys was, you know, people die in stupid ways, and he's like, don't talk to me about death. And I'm like, yeah, don't talk to him about death, because he is absolutely aware of his own mortality at this point, because he knows it could come any second. So it's just like, yeah, that was just, there's just so much to love about Wreckers. But yeah, if you don't get this trade paperback, I'm going to make a prediction here. It is definitely going to go like hotcakes. I think it's going to sell out fast. Don't ask me how I know. I'm just saying I think it's going to sell out. So, and I hope it sells out fast. I mean, hey, that'll just show to the IDW and to Nick and James how much we love them, and how much this is the type of work that we want to get every single time that we open up a comic. So, yeah. In terms of art, like, it was just so spot on. Last thing I wanted to say, you know, the color was great. I really, you know, you get the sense that Overlord is much bigger than the rest of them. The perspective between the two of them was really great. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about Wreckers. Go out and buy it. If you don't, you'll be sorry, because the rest of us will know all the awesome that's in it, and you won't. And yeah, I think that's about it. Well, this is LadyWreck signing out, and yeah, may your wires never cross and your luster never dull.